time the video is all about the income statement. So if we talk about the income statement, I'll just tell you the first. I'll tell you the purpose of income statement. Then how do we make the income statement, the format, which is very much important. And about that, there are certain sections of income statement. There are certain names of income statement. Earlier, the name was trading profit or loss. Now the name has become income statement, and now the new name, which has been quoted in some of the books, is statement of profit or loss. How it is made, why it is made, and how it should be calculated when a person is doing, when a student is doing it for the very first time. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, do subscribe it, just because some amazing videos of O levels accounting will be coming, of O levels business studies and O levels economics will be coming soon. So if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe the channel, and if you like the video, then do like it, share it with your friends, and do like my Facebook page, which is Fahad Ali, which is updated again and again. And if you haven't subscribed me, if you haven't followed me on Instagram, so you can just follow me with this ID. I'm available over there. Okay, so let's start with the video first. I'll just erase this so that we could just go in the flow of the video. The purpose of income statement is to calculate the profit. The purpose of income statement is to calculate profit. Okay, why do we calculate profit? In order to judge, in order to decide whether the business has performed good or bad. Okay, the business has performed good or bad. In the whole year, we have made some sales. In the whole year, we have made some expenses. In the whole year, we had some costs. So if we deduct all of these things from the sales, so how much did we earn? Are we in a loss or we are in a profit? We need to see that. If the business is in loss, so what needs to be done? We need to arrange for a loan, because in the near future we would not have sufficient amount to pay off the expenses and the liabilities which are there. Okay, so we need to arrange for a loan, or we need to change the strategy or the objective which is there. Okay, so that is very much important, that what is the current financial situation of the business. The word financial statements is used for two things, which is income statement, and the next word is balance sheet, which is new name for balance sheet is SOFP, statement of financial position, which is the new name. So now we'll come forward to the format of income statement. Let's see what do we have in the income statement. Let's start with this. I know the format is somehow messy, but again you can understand this thing. Be frank, the title of the person comes in the middle, then it starts from here. Statement of profit or loss for the year ended 31st December 2022. For the year ended is very important for the students, just because the reason is that in the whole year, okay, it is talking about the whole year. Whatever activities happen within the whole year, we need to record that. There are three columns, 1, 2, 3, where the dollar signs are put. Many of the students tend to confuse this thing with the concept of debit and credit. There is no concept of debit or credit applied in the statement of profit or loss. Okay, in the income statement. So remember this thing. These columns are not for debit or credit. These are just the columns for solving the part, for solving the question. So remember this thing. Why we have made three different columns when we can solve it in one? The reason is that because something would be simplified in the first column, then it will be further simplified in the second column, and one final answer will come in the last column. That is what we are doing in these three columns. So we need to see that. So we start with the sales part. This sales could be given with the name of sales, or there is a name of this, that is revenue. Revenue comes in the last part, and the amount is given in the question. Then there is another thing, which is less sales return. We deduct whatever amounts were received, or whatever goods were returned by the customer. So we deduct that, then we get an answer. This answer is called sales returns. We don't put an underline, just I'm underlining this in order to explain you. So this answer is called net sales. Okay, less cost of sales, opening inventory. This is opening inventory, which is in the middle column. Then we have some simplification of this. Add purchases. This is the first thing, purchases. Whatever amounts I'm circling in this video, these items, these amounts are given in the question. What, sir, if the item is not given in the question? Then skip that item. Don't look into that in your trial balance, because again the trial balance will be given to you, and many of the students have observed they keep on looking according to the format, and in the end they waste their time. Don't waste your time. If the item is not there, skip through, go forward to the next item. Then we have carriage inwards, which is sometimes called as transportation. Whatever transportation you incurred in purchasing the goods, you add that in the purchases. Sir, why we are adding that carriage inverse in the purchases? Because this is the cost portion. So everything is added except the closing inventory. Why it is deducted, I'll tell you in a short while. Then we have less purchase returns, because whatever items were returned by us, we need to deduct that, because that decreases our cost. This plus this minus this, the answer comes in the second column, which is this is the answer of these three. Okay, so now the opening inventory plus the answer of these three, you will add this and you will deduct closing inventory. Now, sir, why the closing inventory is deducted? The closing inventory is deducted because whatever items are left at the end of the year, we need to exclude them, because we need to find the cost of sales. Whatever items were sold, we need to find the cost of those items. Okay, so that's why we are just excluding those items which are still there in the warehouse, which have not been sold so far. We are excluding them. So I have put a bracket, and I hope you know this thing, that brackets in accounting means that it is a deduction from the amount. So this plus this minus closing inventory, you get an answer in the last column. I have put some brackets over here because the reason is that this is net sales and this is cost of sales. Net sales minus cost of sales, you get gross profit. So what is gross profit? What is the difference between gross profit and net profit? Gross profit means the profit earned on selling the product. Profit on product, that is the profit you earned after selling the product. Sir, what about the net profit? Net profit is the profit of the business, and gross profit is the profit you earned on the product. These both things are different. Maybe a business might be dealing in 10 different products, so the gross profit of 10 different products would be different, but the net profit of the business would be same, because the business is one, the products are 10, so the gross profit would be 10, but the net profit would be 1 only. Okay, I hope you got this concept. So that is the differentiation. This part, starting from the net sales till the gross profit, is termed as trading section. Okay, it is termed as trading section, starting from this sales and till over here, this is termed as trading section, TS. Okay, and if we go further from this till the net profit, it is termed as profit or loss. Sometimes the MCQs come to you in your examination and they ask you this thing, and you need to know about that. Then we go further, gross profit, add other income. There are other incomes. Other incomes, why do we use this word? The reason is that because the business does not earn from these things. This is not the normal operations the business has to perform during the year. So that's why it is termed as other income. Okay. Then we have, in the other income, we have bad debts recovered, when the business is saying that the person was recorded as bad debt in the past time period, and he has given the amount back, so it is an income. So bad debts recovered, we write it down in this. Okay, this will be given in the question, don't worry about that. Decrease in provision or allowance for doubtful debts, it is also an income, so we have written it down over here. And the last thing is discount received. Okay, and there is another thing, the fourth item could be gain on disposal. When you are selling an asset and that there is a profit on the sale of the asset, so again you record it in the other income. Then we have less expenses, marketing expense, electricity cost, lighting and heating, business rates. So you add all of these expenses. There could be more than 4 expenses, more than 2, more than 8. It depends on the question. I have only written down the 4 expenses so that you could get to know about this. So if I give you an example of expenses, depreciation would be there. An increase in allowance for doubtful debt, it's also an expense. So there are many expenses. Sundry expenses is there, and equipment rental is there. So these expenses, what you do, you write it down in the second column, you add all of this and you deduct it in the third column. So the addition of all of this has come in the third column with the brackets. This amount minus this, you get the net profit, which ends the income statement. So I hope you got to know. If I recap everything, you started from the sales revenue, you deducted sales returns, you got net sales. Then you have deducted net cost of sales from the net sales. Then you have added some. Then you have got gross profit after deducting cost of sales from net sales, and then you got gross profit. And in the gross profit, you have added other income. These were 3 in the question. I have given you an example that could be more than 3, less than 3. It depends on the question. Then you deducted some expenses, and in the end, you got the net profit. So I hope you understood everything, and you watched the whole video, and you understood this thing, that how to make a statement of profit or loss. I'll suggest you, if you could solve some of the questions of Frankfurt. from your topic. And what you can do else is that you can go to my Facebook page and click the WhatsApp button over there. You will directly chat with me. If there is anything you couldn't understand, you could ask me over there. So inshallah, see you again in the next video, and do subscribe if you haven't.